Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising, here is your tarot reading for the week ahead. As ever, take what's helpful, leave what isn't. This is just guidance of how to navigate the energies that may be showing up in your life, but always get the messages to fit into your life rather than your life to fit around the messages. We start with the Knight of Wands, a lovely energy to see, particularly for Aries, the fiery ram. Here we've got the fiery knight on the fiery horse. So don't be surprised if this week you're full of energy, full of fire, full of motivation, full of that creative drive. We have this full moon in Leo, really magnifying this creative urge, this need to move forward. So it's really nice to see that you're capitalizing on that and being able to piggyback on these energies. There is a reminder here of well, for a lot of the star signs, I've been seeing this full moon in Leo energy expressing itself as this emotional tension, and we're not quite sure how to navigate that or play those out. For you, there's a big recommendation here to get your head down and really that creative urge, that sense of motivation is gonna need to go somewhere. It's gonna need an outlet. Perhaps the worst thing for you to do this week is to kind of sit on your behind and watch TV or just take it very easy and relax. Obviously, that doesn't mean that there can't be periods of respite, of rest. That is essential, particularly if it's very nourishing. But what may very well happen if this doesn't have the proper outlet is that we move into the Queen of Wands in reversed energy. This can sometimes feel a bit of a pressure cooker. It's like all of these things that we need to get out in the world and express to the world, we're trying to sit on. The Queen of Wands isn't good at being an introvert. She's not good at holding back on that energy. She needs to do, she needs to act, she needs to create. And this is what you're being encouraged to do this week, because otherwise we tip into the Ten of Cups energy in reverse. Ordinarily, this is the Lord of Joy, the Lord of Happiness, but the fact that it's in reverse shows that there may very well be those slight emotional dissonances happening around us. This may express itself as difficulties within the home, difficulties within our communities, be that at work, those that are around us, and that being exacerbated if we're not able to do this. The best thing for you to do this week is kind of put your head down and lay low. And I don't mean lay low in terms of shutting yourself in, closing the door necessarily. It's still important that you are interacting with the world and you're able to express things, but it is very important that we're not getting engaged in any drama or not taking things very personally. And if you're not having the proper outlet for some of these creative juices to flow, for some of this motivation, some of this excitement, some of this kind of pent up energy, that kinetic energy, if it doesn't have an outlet, unsurprisingly, then we just combust and sparks start to spread and fly. And that pent up, sometimes emotions can express itself as unhelpful anger or being short-tempered with people. Again, those slightly more challenging aspects of being in the sign of Aries. We can be a bit irascible and not sure as to why we're feeling a bit short-tempered or have a shorter fuse than usual. Therefore, I would really encourage you, as I say, to get your head down, stuck into something that is going to be in some ways quite demanding. It may be a good time at the moment to really connect with the physical body as well and get things out physically, be that through exercise, be that through long walks, be that through shaking, whatever it is going to allow to get that blood pumping. It's going to allow you to feel as though that motivation, that energy is able to be expelled, because the very worst thing you can do, as I said, is try and sit on it and repress it, because it's going to have nowhere to go and then it's going to become combustive. What are you doing this week that you can really get stuck into, get your teeth into, is perhaps quite challenging in the right ways, can be quite complicated, be quite involved? because if you're placing your energies there, undoubtedly you're going to make quite significant progress, quite a tangible progression within it, and that could be really exciting. The lovely thing about the Eight of Pentacles, the Lord of Prudence, is he's just getting on with what he needs to get on with. He's not really paying attention to the results, and then when he looks up, he might be surprised and think, wow, I've managed to achieve all of this just because I'm slightly focused on the micro rather than getting too swept up in the macro. For many other of the signs, I've been talking about, well, what are your long-term goals and what are your long-term visions? For you, Aries, I would say more the devil is in the detail. I'm more interested in what is directly in front of you rather than what's 6 steps ahead. I say that because of this kind of this abundance of energy and motivation. If our eyes are fixed on the prize, there may be a tendency to want to cut corners. Shortcut. But also there's an impatience that may very well creep in, and we just want to get there regardless of the process. So very much focus on the task at hand rather than the long-term goals. What's lovely to see is we have the appearance of the Fool card here too at the end of your reading. So out of this energy, if we keep our head down and keep plowing on, we're likely to come out of it feeling expansive, feeling refreshed, feeling as though we've really turned a corner. It's really nice to see. There is a bit of a reminder here to go and spend time out in nature, to make sure that you're telling your mind, body and soul, I have space, I have liberty. So it would be really useful to literally take yourself out into open spaces where you're not going to feel trapped and confined, particularly at those times where you're feeling this slight tension, this energetic tension, this pent-up energy that's not being able to be expressed and expelled. Go and stand out, again, might sound a bit strange, but go and stand out in the wind, feel the winds of change kind of blustering around you and bringing in that energy and that refreshing of energy. This is why I'm so emphatic. The worst thing you can do this week is to be idle and sit on your hands, because that is only going to add fuel to the fire, so to speak. So used correctly, it could be a great, very productive, very energizing, very exciting week. Perhaps not the best time within relationships. That's not just on you. That seems to be a thing around the across the board. So you may find that people are being a little bit shorter with others than they ordinarily would be. Reminder of you, do not add to that problem. Be cool, calm and collected, and focus on your tasks rather than necessarily trying to readjust dynamics, interpersonal dynamics. That is my reading for you for the week ahead. If you want to know more, be sure to go and check out your moon sign and your rising sign for more details. If you're not sure how to do that, as ever, check the pinned comment below and it gives you directions on how to do that for free. I'm asking everybody, please subscribe, hit your notifications, like, comment. I'd love to hear if these readings are resonating with you, things you'd like to see more of, what is working, what isn't working. Unsurprisingly, it takes quite a lot of effort to put these videos together. I love sharing the guidance of the tarot. It's my absolute raison d'etre, but it takes quite a lot of energy. So it's really nice to hear and know that people are engaged and enjoying what we're doing. And it helps me turn up week after week and give messages like this. But until next time, have a fabulous week, and I shall see you then. Bye for now.